Be warned, it's intense.
Introduce piloto.
Hello, spooky everyone, and what the search? 这首歌日本 Nick Cage Spider-Verse and Frozen 2 and Kim Possible Fans 2001, and welcome to my another Halloween review week, which I review some horror movie like always. So today I am doing a movie review on Doctor Sleep, the next chapter in the Shiny story. Came out the year of 2019, the same year as Joker, Frozen 2, of course, The Avengers, and Peak. Or in-game, whatever you call it. Anyway, enough further ado. Let's get this started, shall we? It's Shiny time. It is Shiny! Anyway, guys, so I love The Shining. The Shining is honestly in my top 10 favorite horror film ever made. So I was kind of not looking forward for this movie at all because the trailer didn't seem interesting. It just felt like every single generic horror film, which I'm sick of tired of generic horror film. Move the frick on. Anyway, guys, so ever since this film came out on the holiday season, which is pretty weird, the fact that this film was supposed to be a Halloween movie, but yet this film came out on November. This film should have been released on October, which is a perfect way to celebrate Halloween. But you can show that Warner Brothers is being stupid. Anyway, guys, so ever since this film came out at a local movie theater on November 8, 2019. This film got some mixed review. One of us like it, one of us think it's mediocre, and some of them think it's bad. So when we get on to Rotten Tomatoes, shall we? So Doctor Sleep is a rated R release on November 8, 2019. It's a 2 hour and 31 minutes, which is feel like a 3-hour film for crying out loud. And this is a horror film, no pun intended. It's a horror film, no pun intended. Anyway, guys, so this film got a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes for the critic, and this film got a 89% for the audience, which I do agree with the critic, which I totally disagree with the audience because, and yes, I understand some of the audience might have different opinions. Sometimes, but the opinion on Joker 2 is just take it way too seriously, just like the critic. Anyway, guys, so what do I think about this movie called Doctor Sleep, the next chapter of the Shiny story? I gotta say, but this has to be one of the most unnecessary movies that Warner Bros. Greenlit so far, because this film was really unnecessary, because this film should not be a sequel to The Shining, because The Shining supposed to be stick to one movie, and nope, doing to Warner Bros. Just being greedy. Yeah, I just want to greenlight more sequel, more spin-off, more prequels, more remake, of course Disney, and of course some reboot shows. Yeah, you can show us entertainment just being unoriginal. So like I said, we want original movie. We don't want more sequel. Anyway, guys, so I'm really thinking Doctor Sleep is even this unnecessary, but I think this film is pretty alright. It's pretty alright. It's not the best. It's not the worst. But heck, I would have watched I would have watched Doctor Sleep more than watching X-Men Dark Poopy any day, because that film is god awful. Anyway, guys, so let's get to my positives. So I do enjoy some of the characters in the movie. Danny, of course, he played by the same actor that he was in the Star Wars saga as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course his character for Warbot. So honestly, guys, just let me know in the comment what's his character name in Warbot, which I forgot. Anyway, guys, so him as Danny, I gotta say, but he did a pretty darn good job him as Danny, because young Danny is a very good character. And I mean, and Danny right now, I gotta say, but he did an amazing job with his performance. The actor, he did an amazing job with his acting performance, and he can act very well. And of course, my favorite character in this film, of course, I'm talking about the main antagonist, is Rose the Hat, the Magic Girl, which she's not just a Magic Girl, she's a really terrifying villain in this movie. Yeah, Rose the Hat is got to be one of my favorite villain in this movie, and she has got to be one of my top 5 favorite female villain in the horror genre, because my number one is, of course, is Bea from the freaking Babysitter movie. Yeah, please don't tell me that every time you look at the screen of Bea from the Babysitter, and it make you want to fall in love with her. Well, that's what movie supposed to be about. Anyway, guys, so Rose the Hat is my favorite character in this film. It's not because how attractive she is, like she's attractive, but I do like her character development. I do like her development in this movie, and I do like her villain plan. Her villain plan is creepy as heck, honestly. And the way she kills some random characters, I gotta say, but it was really gruesome, honestly. Like showing some air breath, stealing their air breath. I gotta say, but you do not want to mess with her. Honestly, guys, when I see her, I was like, oh, heck no, I'll run away. Yeah, honestly, I am not giving my air breath to Rose the Hat. She's a terrifying villain, you ask me. And of course, there was the one character that she hang out with Danny. Of course, I'm talking about Abida. Abida, she did, so honestly, guys, I won't say it's the best character in the movie, which I think Rose the Hat is a way better character than Abida. I gotta say, but Abida, it just felt like every single character from Teenager has some development. Like, come on, we already seen that for Stranger Things. We already seen that for Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is unoriginal. Came up with some great concept for your female characters, which especially for the teenager, it just honestly guys, it feel like Hollywood is just like rehashing every single teenager characters, just like Beetlejuice, and of course Stranger Things, honestly, because we already seen that. We already see teenager has some great character development. I don't want them to steal the show for this anyway. And of course we got so many iconic scenes, and of course we didn't hear the line say, "There's Johnny," which that was the only thing I will get to my one thoughts about it. And sorry guys, so I'm probably thinking that I'm gonna give this film a serum Nick awesomeness, which I was, but there were so many flaws I have issues about this movie. So let's get to it. First off, the story. I gotta say, but I did not like the story. The story, and yeah, sure, Doctor Sleep is the next chapter in the Shining movie. Of course, it's a different movie. It's a difference between what the Shining back in 44 years ago, and of course, Doctor Sleep. Can you not believe it's been 44 years since the Shining came out? Time to go fast, isn't it? Every time you grow up like this. Sorry, guys. So I'm not a huge fan of the story. Honestly, guys, the story is the most unoriginal story from the Shiny saga, because the Shiny supposed to be in one movie, not two. And here's some of the scenes just really drag, honestly, which I just really want to get in the third act, which I don't care about the first act. Honestly, guys, the opening was really interesting, but honestly, this film has kind of let me down in the first act and the second act. Because in the first act and the second act is all they talking and talking and talking. It just felt like a freaking 3-hour film. And honestly, guys, and here's another problem I have for this movie. It's a one-time. I understand The Shining has some longer one time of this movie. But I think Doctor Sleep is even longer than The Shining, which is kind of blasphemy, you ask me, because The Shining deserves a longer runtime than Doctor Sleep, honestly. Because this film make me want to fall asleep, which the same with The Watcher. I actually fell asleep in some of the part, especially when they talking. Honestly, it make my brain work bored like this. Yeah, honestly, guys, when I was watching that scene, I was trying to be like Patrick from that one SpongeBob episode when Patrick was chewing and saying, "Go Squidward, yay!" And when Squidward played the clarinet and Patrick go to sleep. And that's my reaction when I was watching some of the unnecessary scene of Doctor Sleep. And anyway, and here's some of the character, which is not my thing, honestly. Of course, I'm talking about the actor that he was in Avatar: The Way of Water, and of course, he was in that stupid Meg movie. Boy, shut up, Meg. Anyway, guys, so he was a really alright character, but honestly, guys, he deserved no purpose on this movie. He's just there for screen time, honestly, at this point. Anyway. So here's some of the scenes which I really think is unnecessary and they deserve to get cut as a deleted scene, which it was nothing. But honestly, I do enjoy the third act. The third act is the best part of the movie because that's when this film got me entertained. Because I was really getting pretty bored of watching this film. Like the third act and the second act, they're all unnecessary. It's all about talking, exploring, talking, which Don't want to see that in a horror film. I just want some jump scare. I want to see the gruesome scene. I don't care about talking. I'm not here for a horror film. Darn it. Sorry guys, so overall guys, Dr. Sleep is a pretty mediocre film, which I was originally going to give this film as a 6 out of 10, but more I think about so many flaws about this movie, this film was kind of let me down honestly, which honestly guys, and yeah sure I was not really looking forward for this film, but this film could have potential to be even better than The Shining. But Dr. Sleep is no way near as good as The Shining, honestly. So I totally understand why the critic and the audience got some mixed feeling about it. But once again, there was some the people really love it, think it's mediocre, and one of us think it's bad, honestly. So Stephen King, you did a decent job, but I think it is a much better Stephen King movie more than Dr. Sleep. Which, if you want to watch a way better horror film that takes place in the Shining universe, just go watch the first film. The first film is way better and way more scary and way more unboringness than Dr. Sleep. So let's get to my rating, shall we? So, yeah. Alright, let me get to my rating. Okay. Here we go. Anyway, guys, due to this film has some flaws about this movie, like the story, some of the characters, some of the unnecessary scenes, and of course this film is kind of not scary, honestly. And yeah, sure, we got Rose ahead, do some death scene to some random characters, and I did not like the girl. I did not like the girl with the short hair, which who care about her name is, which I don't even give a darn about her anyway. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to give Dr. Sleep a 5 out of 10. It's a math movie. Yeah, this film is a math movie. So like I said, it's a math movie. Sorry guys, that was my movie review of the Stephen King movie called Dr. Sleep, the next chapter in the Shining story. So just let me know in the comment what you think of this movie. You think it's good, think it's bad, think it's mediocre, think it's the best, think it's the worst. Comment below and let me know and tell me which is your favorite horror film that came out in every decade generation. For me, I think The Witch. Anyway guys, so at the end of the October, stay tuned for my redo video of my top 10 best and worst horror film ever made, honestly. Well, especially for best, because I have a lot of update to that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, so we are almost done to a horror month, but when you get into November, we're gonna have a bunch of Disney content, and not just Disney content. We're gonna have a SpongeBob movie content. Of course, we're gonna have a Wreck It Ralph content. I'm gonna return. I'm going to return one of the beloved content that people liked back in 6 years ago. Which, do you remember on my YouTube, do you remember in my Nick Hick 2001 channel, which I did a bunch of Wreck-It Ralph content, which I was the one user who did not like that movie. But I might return it this year, but I might slow it down, honestly. So, I might redo my Wreck-It Ralph trailer style, might redo that, because I'm planning to make this YouTube channel just like my good old days. Like back in 6 years ago, that was way back then, but my YouTube channel was doing so good. But not until freaking Minion Studio came along and freaking ruined my life. Sorry guys, so yeah, anyway, so I gotta get downstairs because Scooby won't stop barking. Anyway guys, so this is Nick Hick, Spider-Verse, and Frozen 2, and Kim, Possible Fan 2001, signing off, and stay tuned for more videos in the future.